Courtrooms are supposed to be places of order and justice, but sometimes they turn into absolute chaos. From shocking outbursts to jaw-dropping threats, these defendants took things way too far, sealing their own fate in front of the judge. Today, we're counting down some of the wildest courtroom meltdowns and outbursts ever caught on camera.
Wait, you don't let me out of here, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Just a week earlier, he allegedly stabbed nurse Nyan Morris at the mental health facility where he lived, after accusing her of stealing from him. Now charged with attempted murder.
Sorry about that. Didn't give you a heads up.
1 second, he cannot be there when I talk to you. This guy cannot be there when I talk to you.
Rodriguez appeared before Judge Beatrice Butchko, where the hearing quickly spiraled out of control.
I'm gonna take your fucking life if you don't let me out of here, okay? I'm done. Now let's eat breakfast, the rabbit's cooking.
As Judge Butchko brushed off his plea, Rodriguez's temper erupted. After dropping a bombshell, Rodriguez tried to storm off.
What do you want? What's your pleasure? What do you want from me? Where is Sabina? Where the fuck is she?
Finding proof.
What's her phone number? If you don't let me out of here, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Dragged back into the courtroom, he repeated his demand for freedom and unleashed more threats against the judge. Remaining calm and collected, Judge Butchko brushed off his outburst and ordered he be held without bond.
Okay. Thank you, corrections. Probable cause, no bond. Appoint the public defender.
After his threats toward the judge, Rodriguez found himself spending the night behind bars. What unfolds when a defendant dares to speak his mind to the judge?
He's a maggot, punk. You should have died. He's a baby. Maggot.
Anytime, Mr. Gaines.
Shut up, punk.
Michael Gaines. Take the case of Michael Gaines, who stood in a Kansas courtroom accused of assaulting a police officer.
All the evidence shows that you deliberately.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I know
The
you
words
did.
were that you deliberately were hawking up.
Bullshit. I didn't hawk up no saliva, okay?
According to reports, Gaines, who was HIV positive, spat on an officer during a brawl inside Sedgwick County Jail. Convicted on 2 counts of battery against law enforcement, he faced Judge Rebecca Pilshaw at sentencing, where the proceedings immediately went downhill.
Look at me.
It's
I'm
like
in charge of
eating.
this.
You ain't gotta scream at me. You gonna raise your voice at me?
Oh my God.
You raise your voice to me, I raise my voice to you. You just in a row.
I appreciate Mr. Gaines making my point for me.
You punk.
Very well received.
Maggot mother.
And I don't think I have to take insults from
I know. You. You's a.
Gaines argued that the entire case against him was a frame-up. Judge Pilshaw stepped in to restore order, yet Gaines was just getting warmed up. But Gaines reserved his most vicious attack for prosecutor Kevin O'Connor.
You's a.
He's a tough guy now.
You's a.
But I think
You's a. You'll be a.
Unleashing his fury directly at him. At last, Judge Pilshaw had enough.
I'm ready to go. I was ready to go. You punk.
I'm talking.
You.
Take out of the
You's a
courtroom.
maggot.
Yeah, you're a tough guy.
You's a maggot, punk. You should've.
And called for deputies to remove Gaines. Still, the defendant wasn't finished, hurling a few parting words on his way out.
Punk. You should have died. You's a baby. Maggot.
Anytime, Mr. Gaines.
Shut up, punk. You's a maggot. You should have died. You's a baby. Stillborn.
Ultimately, Michael Gaines's courtroom antics earned him a 13-year prison term. What unfolds when a defendant's threats turn into a felony?
Stand up, Roman.
Tavier Roman take 27-year-old Kobier Roman charged with armed robbery in Bakersfield, California. 3 days earlier, Roman was arrested for allegedly attempting to rob an employee at Valley Plaza Mall and threatening to kill her with a knife. Today, he stood before Judge Charles R. Bremer, and right from the start, things went downhill. Once the defendant stood up, the judge began the proceedings. Judge Bremer issued Roman a final warning, but the stubborn defendant refused to move.
For me, if he sees me, I'm going to request law enforcement to take the appropriate action.
As Roman was being escorted out of the courtroom, he had one last remark for the judge. Tobier Roman was later convicted of threatening a public official and received an 8-month prison sentence. Michael Ray, what happens if a defendant threatens to assault a judge?
You think that's funny? We weren't done.
Next, we move to Bond Court in Louisville, Kentucky, where 36-year-old Michael Ray appeared on charges of terroristic threatening and second-degree assault. Prosecutors requested a $25,000 bail due to the nature of the crime and Ray's prior criminal record. Unimpressed with Ray's sarcastic attitude, Judge Smith decided to double his bond.
Your Honor, the county's requesting $25,000 full cash fine, all charges.
You think that's funny?
I think it's hilarious.
We weren't done.
But Ray wasn't finished yet. Ray not only cursed at the judge but also gave her the middle finger off camera. But the situation only escalated further, and if you assumed a 100-day jail sentence would put an end to Ray's behavior, you'd be wrong.
All right, so bond is $50,000. No bail credit, danger to community. Thinks these are funny charges. He's lucky I didn't hold him in contempt.
What began with just a few charges and a $25,000 bond.
And so, all right, you can take him back. 100 days to serve.
100 days to serve? Okay.
Yeah.
Because of 2 EPOs and criminal mission case?
Eventually escalated to 10 serious charges and a $75,000 bail. In the end, Michael Ray got himself into more trouble than he could handle. Alan McCarty,
Directly in an
What a bunch of guys, you stupid piece of
Then also
You threatened my life, you
in the
you
what happens when a judge ejects a defendant from the courtroom, such as the case of Alan McCarty, who was charged with making death threats against a judge in Daytona Beach, Florida.
take my kids from me and act like that? Fuck you and that.
On September 29, 2017, the Volusia County Sheriff's Office got a disturbing phone call.
Communications, Warhurst.
Yeah, I want to report a crime that's about to happen.
What do you mean a crime that's about to happen?
Yeah, there's about to be a crime that's going to happen if my kids don't come back to me, you stupid. Because your stupid judges don't want to bring people to courtrooms. I got a gun pointed at your building.
Sir, what is going on?
Who the are you calling, sir, you stupid? Where's your judge warrant at? You gonna bring that out in handcuffs and I'm gonna execute that right in the street.
Where are you at, sir?
Mother, I just told you I'm outside of her building waiting for her to get there in the morning. I'm gonna pop a cap in that, you stupid.
The man was later identified as 35-year-old Alan McCarty Jr., who falsely accused Circuit Judge Stasha Warren of taking his children away in a past custody case. Months later, McCarty appeared in court to face charges, spending the entire pretrial hearing unleashing profanity-filled rants. As a result, Judge Matt Foxman issued him a warning. But that only seemed to set him off even further. McCarty kept interrupting the proceedings.
I'm going to tell you to be quiet, and you need to be quiet. There's not going to be a second time. If there's a second time, I'm going to duct tape.
When his trial started, McCarty returned to his usual belligerent behavior.
I'm going to tell you, you just threatened my life to duct tape me. Did everybody just hear that? You just threatened to duct tape me? Really? In the courtroom, a judge just threatened to duct tape me.
No, I said
You just said, on record, you're going to duct tape me.
Judge Foxman calmly asked McCarty whether he wished to remain in the courtroom.
I refuse. No, I refuse. I refuse. He threatened to duct tape me.
The foul-mouthed defendant went on hurling insults at the judge and his staff.
I'm not under oath.
All right, raise your right hand. I'm going to swear you in.
I'm not under oath.
That's your bad finger. I didn't appreciate that.
I am not under oath. This is being done unconstitutionally. Y'all took my kids unrightfully. You want to allow my witnesses here? You want to allow my paperwork? Y'all took all my court paperwork. And when they all come in here, I'm going to say the same thing. So quit wasting my time and bring them in.
Holly, make sure you take down what I say. He was sworn in.
No, I was not sworn in.
Yes,
I've never been sworn in this court. Bring the camera back. He's making this up.
He's representing.
He is making this up. I was never sworn in. I have not been sworn in at all. You're a liar.
As expected, McCarty was removed from the courtroom and placed in a separate room.
Number one, I need to know whether or not you want to be here during the trial process.
No.
All right. Do you want to testify then?
No, I don't. This is all being done unconstitutionally, unrightfully. Y'all are you ain't allowing my evidence. You ain't allowing my people.
We haven't started the trial yet.
It doesn't matter. You still deny it. My daddy owns the building and I look like a idiot, huh? brought your dress today, you little prick? You wanna take my kids from me and act like that? You wearing that? You loud with me? Is that what you're gonna do? No. Well then do it again. Come on. Shut the up. I'm trying to think over here.
Unsurprisingly, McCarty
Take all my paperwork so I can't show these people? You want to take all my paperwork from me? Lock me in a cell naked all night?
However, the room wasn't soundproof.
Mr. McCarty's chosen to voluntarily absent himself as opposed to doing other. Sorry, we got to deal with it, folks. I've chosen that room as opposed to duct taping. He can watch and hear what we're doing.
Eventually, McCarty was convicted of threatening a sitting judge. He returned for sentencing the next month, displaying no remorse. It goes without saying, McCarty was once again escorted to the back room. There, he carried on with his profanity-laced rants from behind a one-way mirror.
So here on an order to show cause, which I would like to address first. First of all, you're before the court, Mr. McCarty, to show cause why I should not hold you in contempt for behavior that you demonstrated during the jury trial. Number one, you threatened the unborn child of the prosecutor directly in an open
What a
court.
bunch of guys, you stupid piece of
Then also
You threatened my life, you
in the
you
back room.
Suck my
In the end, Alan McCarty was sentenced to 20 years in prison for threatening to kill a judge. Alan McCarty's explosive behavior in court certainly didn't do him any favors. How does it compare to making threats in order to discover the judge's location?
Put the axe down.
In Louisville, Kentucky, Bryce Rhodes was charged with multiple counts of murder.
Your job is not to worry about me. Your job is to do your job. And his job, his job is to worry about. Your job is to do your job, not to worry about me. That's what I'm saying. Well, I worry about me.
In May 2016, Rhodes, along with two accomplices, 15-year-old Antoine Carter and 17-year-old Ja'Cory Taylor, allegedly tortured and fatally stabbed two teenage brothers. The victims, 14-year-old Larry Ordway and 16-year-old Maurice Gordon, were later discovered in an abandoned lot. Rhodes was taken into custody and questioned.
It looks like they're deceased and they didn't buy them.
Those are kids. Those are kids. And it hasn't been that long. Because there's some shoe prints right here too. There's some good shoe prints too.
During which he initially denied any involvement. However, his accomplice, Antoine Carter, eventually confessed to the police.
Made my reach on his knees and like beg for forgiveness.
Carter claimed that Rhodes bound the two brothers, gagged them, and then carried out the stabbings.
He tied him up. He tied him up or something. He tied his brother up. He made his brother sit in the bathroom. He made my reach on his knees and like beg for forgiveness. And like he put a toboggan over his head and he put a rag in his mouth. And then he stabbed him from my reach to the side. And we brought his brother and we put the toboggan over his head. He put the toboggan over his head and put the sock in his mouth. And like started stabbing him too.
He went on to explain how Rhodes disposed of the bodies.
What happens next? He puts them in crates. Put them in crates. Like you know, the things that you put clothes in.
Carter further alleged that he and Taylor were coerced into participating in the murders.
He made you all stab him? So you and Corey stabbed him too? Alright. How many times do you think you stabbed him? I stabbed him one time. He left me and Corey at the house to clean it up.
He also said that the deceased brothers had
He added that the brothers had witnessed Rhodes, also known as Rambo, murder a man named Christopher Jones earlier that month. During his trial, Rhodes insisted that the prosecutors were setting him up. To make matters worse, Rhodes' attorney abruptly resigned after an alleged spitting incident between them. Because of that incident, along with his prior misconduct in prison, Rhodes was restrained in a chair and forced to wear a spit mask during his next court appearance. But his behavior didn't stop there. Following a profanity-laced outburst, Rhodes attempted to intimidate Judge Amber Wolf by threatening to track down her home address. As a result of those threats, Rhodes faced additional charges for making terroristic threats and attempting to intimidate a participant in the legal process. But that wasn't the end of it. At his next court appearance, Rhodes accused another judge of being romantically involved with the prosecutor. He went as far as calling the judge a racist, leaving even his own attorney stunned. Rhodes certainly didn't win over many allies in the courtroom. He was ultimately found guilty on all counts and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for the murders of Larry Ordway, Maurice Gordon, and Christopher Jones. Manson Bryant. How does it measure up against a complete courtroom meltdown? Next, we move to the Common Pleas Court in Painesville, Ohio for the sentencing of 32-year-old Manson Bryant.
This is case number 18, State of Ohio versus Manson M. Bryant.
8 months prior, Bryant and an accomplice broke into a man's home and robbed him at gunpoint, stealing cash and valuables. While his accomplice pleaded guilty, Bryant chose to stand trial and was ultimately convicted of robbery, abduction, and weapons charges. Now at sentencing, he appeared before Judge Eugene Lucci, a judge he already knew.
The last time before this time that I had him, I put him in prison for 4 years for a robbery. He acted out briefly on his way out of the courtroom, and I just let it go.
Bryant was allowed to address the court, where he pleaded with Judge Lucci for a second chance.
Most of my bad decisions have been driven by my addiction to drugs and to do whatever I can to continue to get high. My ability to stay clean has me to spend most of my life in prison. There's no way for a person to live. That's no way for a person to live.
At last, the moment arrived for the defendant to hear his sentence.
Just in reply to the merger argument, the state also filed a sentencing memorandum that does deal with the merger issues. And count 6, having weapons under disability, and carrying concealed weapons, count 7. Through the case law, they have separate animus and they do not merge. Goes back to the Ohio Supreme Court, many districts. The acquiring versus the concealing of the weapon are separate animus, regardless of whether Mr. Bryant acquired it or Mr. Bynes acquired it.
If you believed Bryant was genuinely remorseful for his actions, you'd be wrong.
Determines that you have or will have the ability to pay restitution.
Your courtroom, you your courtroom, man. Racist is you is nigga, 22 years. You ain't nigga, Danny Sturgeon, Lisa Sturgeon told me about that bullshit.
Actually, you know, remember when I said that you had or something?
You never gave me probation.
Wait a minute.
You never gave me a chance.
When I said that you had a certain amount of remorse, I was mistaken. The court determines that maximum imprisonment is needed. So it's 11 years on count 1, 11 years on count 3.
At first, he appeared confused when Judge Lucci delivered a lengthy prison sentence. Then, without warning, Bryant erupted. Bryant was first handed a lighter sentence, but his explosive outburst led Judge Lucci to reconsider. Judge Lucci later clarified the reasoning behind his decision.
Well, it was clear that the remorse that he was trying to portray was phony, and that he wasn't remorseful at all, and that if given the chance, if I let him loose on society, he's going to prey on other people.
In the end, Manson Bryant received a total sentence of 28 years in state prison for his crimes.